Hey Warriors, we're here for this week's Warrior 5. So I am going to be talking about goals today and 5 things you need to know about setting goals. I probably am right in assuming that most of you out there set goals, because if you're on Side Hustle Warrior, if you're seeing this, you've got that entrepreneurial spirit, and if you've got that entrepreneurial spirit, you better be a goal setter. So I set goals. I set them every day. At the end of the day, I look and see how far I've come. If I've not gained anything at all, I don't beat myself up. It's not a problem. And I don't set goals in order to really kind of see everything as a necessary achievement. But goals are set as stepping stones to a larger purpose. So let's talk about goals and the 4 types that are outlined in this particular article, and then I'll add a 5th element so it'll fit within the Warrior 5 format. Okay, so first I want to give credit to where I first saw the article, and the website is coachingpositiveperformance.com, and the reason I liked it is because it really fit into how I look at disseminating information in these vlogs, which are short pieces that you can easily understand the takeaway. So in this case, let's think about the goals that you really can set and what differentiates them and how you understand them. So the first is being goals. Along with setting goals, who are you as the person who sets that goal? What is your being? How do you want to change your inner self? Do you really think about that in terms of how you set goals? It's not just about selling a certain amount, or it's not just about making a certain amount of money, but think about how you change as a human being when you live your goal. So I think that that's a very profound way of looking at something, because if you're achieving a goal, chances are you're shifting who you are. And that's an important element. So a being goal is one that you probably never think about, but you should start to think about it. How do you change? How do you shift as you achieve a goal from who you are to who you will be when that goal is achieved? Next is doing goals, and that's pretty standard. You know, as you go through the process, what do you need to do? So they're all those things. If you're a coach, what price are you charging for your service? How can you start providing that value before you even get paid? So how are your actions? So doing is a word that obviously is all about action. So how are you going through that goal? It's a little different from being, because being is the person you'll be after achieving the goal. Doing goal is living it. It's taking those steps of kind of being in that goal right now. And what are you doing? How is that shifting? It doesn't have anything to do with wanting to have or achieve, but when it comes before being and doing, you end up wanting to have or achieve many things. So that's the doing goal. Achieving goals. So you're going through this process, you're doing and you're getting there. So how are you approaching and understanding this achieving goal? Achieving goals can be confusing because it's very easy to think they're entirely within your control when they're really not. you're still going to need outside help to get something done. So, you know, it's the taking a village approach. I think I spoke about it in last week's vlog. You don't get there by yourself. And entrepreneurs have to realize they have to get people to accompany them on your journey. So if your goal is to make $1 million, who are you bringing in to your achieving sphere to help you get there? If you want to lose weight, who's joining you? The person who manufactures maybe the product that you're taking, the buddy who is doing it with you and who's helping you, who's holding you accountable. So if you're in school, who's helping you earn your degree? So it's achieving is also about inclusion of others in the whole goal. So when you think about achieving a goal, take those steps to go beyond what you want to achieve and think about how you get there. Who's in the process with you? It's important. Okay? Having goals. So the modern world is driven by consumerism. We all want to have more. And that's not a bad thing. But are you getting the more by forsaking something else? You know, are you striving too much for the end game, not to enjoy the journey? You know, how badly do you want something, and what's the sacrifice that you need to get there? Is it really something that you want? So I think in all these 4 processes, the being, the doing, the achieving, and the having, it's not just about goal setting. It's about goal setting and strategically creating a plan to get there, to live it, to include people in it, to know how you're going to do it, and to appreciate having it and what happens when you do have it. Okay, those are the 4. But then I'm going to add a 5th. And that is the creation of the goals themselves and what I just talked about, creating that strategic plan. So that's all about goal setting and thinking about it in a slightly different way and how it might be able to better work for you if your goal setting is more than a reaction to what you want, but more of how you see yourself and what it would take to get there, and would it be worth what you'd have to give up to be able to get there. So we'll see you next week. Thanks very much for your time. We love having you here, and we welcome comments. Thanks.